Mayor, we're so happy to have you
Love
join
you
us.
so much. Thank you so much.
Mayor Ras Baraka.
I'm happy to be on.
Well, we are excited to hear because we may soon be calling you Governor Baraka.
God willing, that's right.
Yes, yes.
Love you.
So we have a lot of people watching from all over the country tonight, and our by Congresswoman, our viewers span a lot of different demographics. So we want to hear from you. If somebody doesn't live in New Jersey, you would still be a historic governor.
That's right.
And this is a historic DNC. So talk to us, draw the through line for us about what it would mean to have the first black mayor of New Jersey at the same time that we may have the first we will have the first black woman leading the country.
First black governor of the state of New Jersey will be number 2 in the entire country.
Yeah.
My frat brother Wes Moore in Maryland and me in New Jersey. Only the 4th in the country's history.
You got to call out your letters. We got a lot of HBC.
Alpha Phi Alpha.
Of course.
You can't tell it, Tiff. Look at his wrist.
I knew. I wanted
Look at the
him
flick
to.
of the wrist.
I see the black and gold coming through.
That's why it took him 5 years to graduate.
5 years for AA. Get out of here.
And you are a Howard University graduate,
right.
like our future president, Kamala Harris. So HU. For all the folks out there watching.
Yep. And they're only 4th in the entire country, which is a sad state of affairs for the country. But it means a lot of work that we must do here. And I think the things that Kamala is fighting for in the nation are things that we're trying to organize around in the state of New Jersey and around the country as well. So we're excited for this national election, but we're also excited for 2025. When New Jersey will make history and make me the first black governor in the state's history.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing that.
Yep.
I think you're on the panel. Angela and Bakari and Andrew and myself, we're all huge hip-hop fans, hip-hop heads, and you come from the tradition of hip-hop and spoken word. So it's something meaningful to us to see somebody we can relate to and talk to and who comes from our era, our generation, to conflate hip-hop and politics.
That's right.
I'm curious if you have any thoughts on the role hip-hop plays in politics.
Well, in my today I think hip-hop will always be, as Chuck D said, the CNN of our community, right? And so, or Most Def says, wherever hip-hop is going, is wherever the black community is going, right? Yeah. So when we look at what's happening in the hip-hop community or in hip-hop music, good or bad, it gives you a kind of a point or reference to where we are in the black community and what we have to work on, what we have to do, how far we've come, and how far we must go. So because we say everything we want to say when we need to say it, and we put a little sass behind a little beat on top of it, and everybody can understand it, and it gives you real clarity in terms of what it is that we need to do to improve what's happening in our community.
You're somebody who understands your place and your role, your place in history, and what it means to be who you are and carry your name and the legacies and the shoulders that you stand on. Tonight was an amazing moment when Jesse Jackson came on stage as the first opening special guest in Chicago.
That's right.
Of all places.
Beautiful.
60 years since we've had Freedom Summer, and Fannie Lou Hamer was able to echo those words from the convention floor. Talk about just your role in history, how you stand on the shoulders of those heroes and heroines, and how you take that seriously. Some people don't understand how others do, but how that helps form who you are as not only a man, but also as an elected official.
I always say, like, some people inherit money, we inherit responsibility. So while other people might get privilege passed down from generation to generation, we get responsibility. We have, all kinds of legacy that we have to keep going and keep pushing. People expect us to do that. In fact, they look for you to open your mouth when other people keep their shut.
Yes.
Yeah.
To step up when other people step back, to be unafraid and unapologetic. They look for you to do that. It's almost that you're being pushed out there. I remember at Donald Payne's funeral, I said to folks that people have things to say about Donald Payne. The reality is he had to be the congressman as soon as he was born. Right? The things that he had to step into and get ready for and prepare for, he didn't ask for. These are things that were thrust upon him. So he had to get himself ready for that. And it's the same with me and many people in these positions. They expect you to do what they expect you to do. And when you embrace it and understand what it really means, then you go straight ahead into it. You go straight ahead without fail. And that's what I'm doing. And I think I have a responsibility to finish the things that our parents began.
Well, speaking of parents, you know that our bond was really created talking about that 1972 National Black Political Convention, hunting for that agenda. And when we did lay hands on that agenda, Mayor Raz, as you know, we see that there's so many things that we still have yet to accomplish. Right. I know that you're doing the work in Newark and you're setting such a great standard and building your own legacy in your local community. But what will you tell local elected officials who tune in or watching this, or folks who aspire to run for office? How can we lean into that agenda and into ensuring that this party represents the interests of all of our folks?
Well, and you're right. It's something simple as D.C. statehood.
Yes.
Reparations.
Right.
They were talking about those things in 1972.
That's right.
Here we are, and we still have not achieved any of those things, right?
Yeah.
And so it means that we have to not just be in the Democratic Party because we're in the Democratic Party. We have to make the Democratic Party represent us and represent all of us.
Sorry, y'all. My Queen Maxine.
Woman Maxine Waters.
Right, right here. She's coming on, right?
Congresswoman Maxine Waters.
Not right now, but we love you.
So,
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Just so you all know at home, Congresswoman Maxine Waters is Angela's
my forever boss.
Yes.
I'm sorry. It's like, sorry.
Yes.
Anytime.
She is even
I was like, come on, I was listening to what she was trying to say. Somebody better answer that woman.
Yes. We have an audience that you all can't see at home.
She just said, I'm coming on with y'all. So we know that she's coming on.
Please tune in the rest of the week.
Yes, ma'am.
We will have Congresswoman Waters on with us.
Wednesday, Karen. Karen's talking about we coming back.
Angela is talking to the audience, as you all see.
Well, it's live. It's Native Land Podcast.
We got an audience.
Mayor,
it's interactive.
Mayor, if I could, I want to congratulate you for the excellent work that you've been doing already as a sitting mayor. But as a former mayor myself, I often encountered people who were disillusioned by the pace of change that they wanted to see in the community, right? And then they would get, in some ways, frustrated when we might aspire to a higher position without all of what we want to have done and perfect in the communities in which we come from. And I wonder for you, how do you help folks in the community to see that your work as a mayor can only be further broadcast if you were to become governor? But how do you make the connection for folks who don't follow politics so closely as to why it is you would go from being a local mayor with excellent resume, but more work to do, to now being being governor, something like mayor, but of a state, governor of New Jersey?
That's a good point, because you're an executive and you're moving. A lot of people who run for governor are not executives. They never ran anything.
That's right.
Never organized anything. The buck never stopped.
That's right.
Yeah.
They don't have to answer or be responsible for anything, but we do.
That's right.
And so the things that we do locally, people do get frustrated when you begin to move on, because they feel like it took you too long to do what you did, and they want you to finish.
They want you. Yeah, they believe in you. You gave them something to believe in.
That's right. But when you move on, you have more resources, more opportunity. The field is bigger. Because what we're trying to do is heavy.
Yeah.
And so to move it, you need more hands on deck. You need more people involved. You need more resources, more laws, more opportunity.
That's right.
And you also need to make way for somebody else.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be the mayor forever.
That's right.
That's key.
You want to be able to bring people up. We grew up in a place where the mayors were mayors for 20 years,
That's right.
30 years.
Plus.
Yeah.
I never wanted to do that. Right?
Yeah.
So I want to be able to groom young people so they could take over where we left off and begin to carry the baton further.
That's real.
And then be in a spot to give them the resources that nobody gave me.
That's right.
Before you leave, tell people what you need. I mean, because, likes on your Twitter feed and prayers are good, but that ain't how you necessarily win elections. Andrew didn't make it that far on love alone.
Right.
Yeah.
I would say go to Ras for Governor and donate. We need $10, $20, $30, $40. We need that. We are high up in the polls. We're doing well. Our name recognition is big because we're the mayor of the largest city in the state. Our favorabilities are high. We just need the resources to be able to knock on doors and pass out literature and come to your neighborhood and your block. So I would, admonish people to go to rasforgovernor.com and donate as much as you can. And if you live in New Jersey, host something in your house and let us come through.
Yeah.
And I'll come talk to 2 people, 3 people, 30 people. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You heard it, Native Land Pod fam. He said, invite the governor-elect. We're going to speak that into existence into your house. Mr. Mayor, thank you so much. We know it's the busy time for you, so we want to thank you for joining us.
Thanks
we really
for having me.
appreciate you taking the time.